Hey everyone, it's Ryan. Today I'm taking a request from Speeder Light, fellow Sonic video creator, and if you're curious to what he enjoys about Sonic and what he's up to, be sure to watch his channel, which I'll link in the description, and maybe even subscribe to him. So Speeder Light basically asked me, how did I become a Hedgehog? That is, how did I become a Sonic fan? How did I become in love so much with this classic mascot of gaming that I now have a YouTube channel dedicated to his existence? Well, let me answer all that. So, my cousin gave me a Sega Genesis back in 2001 or 2002 when I was 8 years old. In late 2002 or early 2003, I started playing Sonic 2 on the system, and let me be honest, from that game alone, I was hooked. I didn't even bother reading the manual the first time, I jumped right in, so I had no idea that I was playing the game on like 60% speed because the second controller was plugged in with the turbo button for the pause, and I got stuck on the staircase because in Chemical Plant Zone, the water was really intimidating, or as it's called, Mega Muck in that game. Then, no more than a few days later, I tried Sonic 1, and the game played on normal speed because this cartridge didn't read from the second controller, so it went even faster, and I was addicted once again. I loved Sonic already. The game felt so amazing to play, but once again, once I got to the game's fourth act, the spikes and marble zone scared me off, and I didn't want to go any further. But I loved both those games so much, it was so fun just to keep replaying them to get to that point again and again. My second game console was a Nintendo GameCube. I got Mario Sunshine, I got Sonic Mega Collection, which included Sonic 1, 2, 3, Knuckles, 3 and Knuckles, and even Sonic 3D Blast. Every game in that collection was a masterpiece in my young, impressionable vision. I even had physical cartridges of most of those games, except Sonic Spinball. I spent about the same amount of time playing each of those games on the Genesis and on the GameCube. Along with those games, I also got Sonic Adventure 2 on the GameCube around the time of my 10th birthday that year. In less than half a year, I already had so much exposure to and so much love for the adorable Speedy Rodent. My mom rented Sonic Adventure for the GameCube for such a long time that she almost wanted me to own it for good, so she ended up buying it. In the years that followed, from 2004 to 2009, I'd familiarized myself with Sonic more and more. It was our honeymoon period. I got to know games like Shadow the Hedgehog, the Sonic Advance series, Sonic Heroes, Sonic Rush, Sonic Riders, even Sonic and the Secret Rings. I'd even go back and fully complete Sonic 1, 2, and 3, along with Shadow, Heroes, Advance 1, and Advance 3, Rush, Secret Rings, and Riders. Every game, even Heroes and Secret Rings, was a wonderful experience for me, but for a few months in 2009, I had a bit of a spat with the Blue Blur. I had basically given up on video gaming because, well, it was taking too much time away from my studies and stuff. I'm a really smart guy and I know a lot of things, and I was learning even more as a kid, but I wasn't the most social of people back then, and in 2009 and 10, I started having anger issues, and a few times my mom would ban me from playing video games. Even when I did, and when I was allowed to play them, they got so frustrating at certain points that I just burst out again and had to wait another few days to play them again. So it'd be until late 2010 that I wouldn't even know Sonic and the Black Knight released the previous year, let alone be able to play it. Yet again, a wonderful time playing Sonic and the Black Knight. I haven't had a Wii for like 5 years, so I remember very little of that game for myself. But I know it was a good time. I played Sonic Colors, the Wii version of Sonic Unleashed, the 3DS version of Sonic Generations, and that was about it. Starting at about 2013, I started preferring Mario to Sonic. After a while, Mario and Sonic were about on the same level in my preference. Around 2020, I got a Nintendo Switch and I started playing Sonic Forces and Sonic Mania. It was at this point that I knew that I was, and always had been, a Sonic fan at heart first and foremost. I started playing some Sonic games on Steam I hadn't played yet. I bought the PC version of Sonic Generations and various mods for it, and I was obsessed. I started forgetting about Mario, and in 2021 I made my choice once and for all and sold my Nintendo Switch in favor of an Xbox Series S. which I've had for about 8 months now. It's quite the chunk of hardware, and it's pretty good at playing all the Sonic games I like. I started getting hyped for Sonic's future with games like Sonic Unleashed, the HD version this time, and Sonic Colors Ultimate. Then April came about and Sonic Origins was revealed, the game that started the series and my love for it, along with Sonic CD, were about to have their Ultimate Editions released. I didn't like Sonic CD much, but the collection was something I was truly looking forward to. And when it came out last month in a much less than desirable state, I was heartbroken. Sega had did nothing wrong by me before, but this was the first time they had ever done so. I was so mad that the people who grew up loving these games and the people who experienced them for the first time ever would be experiencing them in such a messy state. So, well, over a few days I got over it and it played better, but it shouldn't have played badly regardless in the first place. Still, regardless of how lazy Sega and its developers get, how greedy their management gets, I've always loved Sonic, and I always will. Nothing will change that. No other video game franchise or entertainment franchise at all will ever take his place in my heart. I'll always have something special with Sonic. Anyway, that's the video. Thanks to Speeder Light for suggesting this video, and again, if you want to check him out, I'll put his channel link in the description. If you enjoyed my content, you can donate to my PayPal tip jar to support me and help me improve my content. As always, guys, stay safe and stay cool.